Cool. So if you can just find a way to, I'm going to edit it anyway, so you just kind of grab hold of that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these two. So you're interested in the NeXT and the Vivo Key SPARKv2. This is the second version of this. There are a few other chips available that we do right now. So what kind of drew you to these two in particular?
Well, I like the combination from the NeXT, the two different frequencies that it runs on, and the Spark seemed like it was quite easy to use. So you get a bit of both the flexibility and the easy use.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is kind of its own platform, as it were. So it's got its own app that you can download and install and do all kinds of weird and wonderful things with. Whereas this one is kind of a bit more universal. Like you say, you've got the high frequency and the low frequency in this. So you get the NFC benefits, but also the low frequency. You still want to use some of the old door locks and mechanisms and things, like the old frequency stuff. So yeah, pretty good. Is there a specific reason you've gone for certain ones in certain hands? What was your thinking behind that?
Well, I figured I'd more likely be changing the Spark, so then I could do that with my phone in my right hand rather than trying to do it with my left hand into my right hand.
Yes, because are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah. I had the same thought. So like, even though I'm right-handed, and like for access would probably use my right hand. If I was like putting my phone to it to use it, I would be having my phone in my right hand to my left hand, which is where the chip would be. Yeah. Cool. Okie dokie. So let me have this hand first. Just pop that just here. Let's just give you a little wipe over. So after all that, just remind me which one you want in this hand.
The Spark.
Cool. So let me move the NeXT here, so we know we've definitely got Spark. Nice. So just tuck your thumb inside and make a little fist with your hand. Yeah, inside. That's the one. Cool. And just on the side, and we just want to see where this. So we just kind of tense a little bit. So we just want to find the spot that's like your most easiest to read. So it's just like where it bulges out the most, basically. Makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. And then just loosen off, completely relax. Now we need to find our entry point. And we're going in just less than an inch behind it. So it's like somewhere about here. Yeah, cool. Okie dokie, let's have this on standby. We're literally just going to pop a plaster on straight after we do it as well. Teeny tiny, just a little spot plaster. I'm going to give you some spares of these as well, so you can replace it for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. But this is going to heal super quick. Now try not to get too freaked out by the size of this needle. That's probably the most worrying part. Did you pop any anesthetic cream on for this, or did you not bother?
No,
yeah, it's not a big deal.
I think it'd be better to be able to feel it in case there was anything later where it moved around. Yeah,
that's valid. So I'm just gonna get you to squash up a little bit. I know it's not super comfy. You're just gonna relax your hand as much as you can. Cool. You're just going to feel a real strong pinch, but it's really quick. And I'm just going to ask you to take a nice big breath in. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Cool. Nice big breath in. Excellent. Awesome. Well done.
Doesn't.
And we're just going to get a little bit of pressure on here like this for a couple of minutes. Right. How was that?
Yeah, but now it's done.
Yeah, it's so quick, right? It's so quick. By the time you kind of felt what's happening, it's exactly where we wanted it. Cool. It's like a bad pinch with a scratch to follow, isn't it? It's not too bad. It's probably akin to most injections or
it's like most vaccinations and stuff.
Yeah. In fact, even quicker, because you're not having to like wait for things. It's straight in.
Sore but done.
Yeah, not too bad. So just tell me a little bit about what you have planned for the NeXT, or what kind of things you're going to do with like maybe the NFC side of things.
Well, I'm studying ethical hacking, so I figure there's probably some good uses for it.
Nice.
In there. As well as all the entertainment.
Excellent. Where are you studying?
Coventry University.
Okay. Did not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
What is the course, or is it literally ethical
Literally
hacking?
ethical hacking. They teach you to penetration test, what sort of things you should write about afterwards, that kind of thing.
Nice. That's cool. How long have you been doing that?
2 years, so I'm going into my 3rd year.
Nice. Oh, it all steps up a little bit now then.
Yeah.
Okay. How has this year and COVID issues been for you being at university?
It's been interesting, but we sort of finished just as it all started coming out. So
Okay.
it meant we did all our exams at home, which was quite nice.
Interesting. How did they? I don't know. How do they monitor? How do they regulate that?
Yeah, it was quite difficult for them too, but I think they just made the exams harder. So if you tried to Google all of it, you would just run out of time.
Oh yeah. That's a good way of doing it.
Keep it complicated enough and obscure enough.
Have you had like results back from them yet? Do you know how you did?
Yeah, it went quite well. So
Nice. Excellent. Congrats. That's good. Awesome. I just want to wait for that to dry up a little bit more. So what's the main focus of the 3rd year?
we get to pick. So you get optional modules of ethical hacking or what do they call it? Like digital forensics.
Okay.
Or you can do cryptography. So you get an optional major as such.
Have you chosen yet, or?
No, not yet. Probably ethical hacking because that's what I did best
Well, it seems to, yeah, lines up with everything.
Yeah.
So where are you planning to go with that, or are you just going to see where it takes you?
Yeah, see what happens.
Nice. I'm amazed that's an actual course. That's really cool. How long has that been a thing? Do you know?
A few years. It's sort of, this year has been their biggest one so far. It sort of jumped because they're used to having like 30 students, and then we've got about 100 this year.
Whoa,
So
okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
it's been going for a couple of years, but it's picking up in popularity. I think because people are finally learning that it's actually a thing.
Yes. Finding the same thing with the implants here, like the frequency of the appointments I'm getting much higher now than when I started doing this sort of 8-9 years ago. And like I say, people just didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And once people have learnt about it, they're like, oh, that's really cool. Even if they're not maybe particularly so into the technical side of things, I get a lot of people having these done just because it's kind of cool. And like even people that just want to do like some basic stuff, just want to open their front door or whatever else, just it's a good a reason as any.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get this on here. Nice. Cool. And hopefully that plaster now will be giving it a little bit of pressure anyway, so that should be all good. Alright, if that hand's feeling okay, then you have to see if you can swap hands. Super.
I did level of difficulty.
Two more of these. Okie dokie, so just bring the other hand this way. Nice. Same again. So how did you find out this was a thing?
I sort of vaguely knew about it for a while, but I was quite apprehensive to do it myself.
Okay.
Was probably the best way to put it. And then I found out.
Thumb inside again for me.
I considered getting it and then getting it done by someone, but they probably wouldn't have a huge amount of knowledge on it. And then I found out that there was someone who already had some and did them before.
Okay. So how did you find me? That was just a Google thing, like internet. Yeah.
I just stumbled across it.
Cool. Probably not going quite that far back. Okie dokie, same again, let's get all this ready. Yeah, I've done a few hundred now. It's it's pretty cool. Like it was interesting last year when the media got hold of it and BBC started getting interested. I'm like, oh, like people really do know this is a thing now. If it's getting some mainstream attention, yeah, I was impressed.
So there's plenty of people very confused about it as well.
Yes, still, it's a real Marmite subject. I get some really strong reactions from it, to be honest. Like people either think it's really, really cool and really interesting, or just really not.
No.
I get all kinds of emails and messages and texts and things from people wanting to quote the Bible at me and telling me that I'm bringing about the apocalypse and the end of the world. I was like, oh, that's well impressive. If I manage single-handedly to bring about the apocalypse,
if you manage to do that with a couple of needles, that'll be...
Yeah. Cool, same again. Just let me get in position. Big pinch, nice and loose, nice and relaxed. Cool, nice. Big breath in for me. Super. Nice. Excellent, well done.
If that's done.
Cool. And let's just get some pressure again. Cool. Oh. Yeah, have you already had a look at the app, the Spark, and you've kind of registered on VivoKey?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So that'll be something we can do. So in a minute, once this is all settled down, depending on your body's natural swelling reaction, sometimes we can get a read pretty much straight away. Not always, but looking at this one, you haven't swelled a massive amount, so we should still be able to get a read. If you've got enough time, if you're interested, that's something we can have a look at now. You can kind of pop the app on your phone, we can try and get a read, and then it just asks you to like set up a new account and all that. You don't have to do that bit here, but we can see if we can get the app to recognise the chip, which would be comforting, although all these are tested before they're shipped out to me anyway. So
they do seem to be of good quality.
Yeah, they're all from DT and sister company VivoKey. So yeah, it's good. I like what they're doing at the minute. We've got some larger Flex implants coming out soon. We had the Flex NT and other things that were from a few years ago, and I don't know if you've seen. We've got some like nice, tasty round ones. They've got LEDs and like pretty beefy. I haven't put any of those in yet. That's going to be an interesting implant procedure for sure. But again, in terms of functionality, I think a lot of people are waiting for the same thing, which is payments. I don't think we're that far off. I mean, it's not that they don't work. It would try and make a payment, but obviously the authorization from whatever bank is just going to decline everything because there's no partnership set up for everything. So, and things like that can take years and years and years. I remember when Samsung Pay was starting to do theirs, like trying to worldwide set up with all the banks, that took them years. Fitbit are struggling even now. So Fitbit Pay, when they launched that, I think there was only 14 banks worldwide that you could use it with, and we had one bank in the UK, and I think, don't quote me, I think it was Santander. Nobody really uses Santander, so I don't know. It's a little bit better now. It's been around for a few years. So, but yeah, there are so many banks and so many agreements you'd have a payment system like that in place. It's going to take a really long time.
It's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. I have a prediction. A prediction that I think in the UK, the first bank to do this will be Barclays. Just a heads up, if you don't have a Barclays account, maybe now's the time to get a Barclays account, because they've already had lots of interest in terms of how they use technology with their bank account. So you can get like bracelets and rings and things for your account. It's just all NFC based technology, obviously fairly straightforward. So I would imagine they would take the sort of first step in doing it in something that's implantable as well. Given that they already do it in their, like I say, their bracelets and things anyway. It's not a huge step for them to apply the same system to something that was then just implanted.
Yeah, much harder to lose as well.
Yes, definitely. Cool. All right. How's that hand feeling?
Sore, but expected.
Yeah. How's the other one feeling? About the same,
Yeah.
kind of just a bit achy.
Yeah, just around my thumbs, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Sometimes you might get a little bit of bruising show up here. Some of it's from the needle, but actually a lot of it is from how hard I have to pinch when I have to like grab your skin to get that in. So that's totally normal. If you're a bit sensitive to bruising, don't be surprised if your hand just can go quite yellow and purple. Right. Yeah, exactly. Totally fine. Awesome sauce. Right, let's get rid of these fancy needles. In fact, let's just do a little close up there of the. Wow, that's a beast.
Yeah.
Now that you've already had it in your hand, you look at that close up. But yeah, they're pretty chunky, but it's quick and it's easy. You've got some souvenirs. Just the pouches that come with it. I'm just going to let you keep these and take these home. It's got like the codes and the lot numbers of the chips you've got in there. So there's a few. Some spare plasters to take with you, and then just a little aftercare sheet here, just with some basics on, just about washing, replacing your plasters, and just keeping everything clean. But actually, a lot of this is common sense anyway, so I'll let you go through that in your own time. Fantastic. Be right back.